Step into the mind of the unknown, where we dive deep into the unique human experience, where we blend the dark and the light. I'm your host Fabian, this is my co-host Sam, and welcome to Anything Evil.
We're back!
Hey, yo, what's good?
Happy Friday. You know what that means. Brand new episode of Anything Evil.
Like the man said, we're back.
We can't call it Anything Evil anymore, though, because we got canceled.
Hey, shout out to getting... That means motherfuckers are paying attention to
Hey,
us, bro.
Fuck whoever fucking reported us, bro. What the fuck is wrong with you?
Oh,
That's
bro.
stupid. I mean, we're just here trying to have a good time, shoot the shit, and then someone gets offended and has to report us three
That's
times.
just how it is, bro. Welcome to the light, G.
Yeah, I mean, I guess we can't talk about religion.
Oh, no, I know, but we're going to.
Yeah, but we're gonna do part 2 now.
Part 2, baby.
Report us now, homie.
That's funny, though, bro.
We'll find out who you are.
For those of you wondering, yeah, we got reported. I don't know what happened. We did get like a strike or some shit.
Yeah.
I don't know what happened. They're like, oh, you can't post for a week, which is kind of weird because I would have thought they would at least given us like a warning or something.
Well,
So I don't know.
we could have posted on Spotify, but then we couldn't post on YouTube. I don't know.
Oh.
And then I just didn't want to fucking split them up.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, I was like, and I was pissed off too.
Shit was funny. You were heated, bro.
And so I was like, I guess we're canceled, man. I guess.
I mean, we called it.
Trying to be silenced over
I think
here.
we called it before we filmed that episode.
We didn't even fucking say anything that bad.
I think it's just because we sounded stupid as fuck.
Yeah, it was probably Ovi.
I think that's just what it probably was. Ovi.
Fucking guess.
It was probably Tony, bro.
Just kidding.
He was like, damn, I'm tired of these dumbass fools.
Yeah, he was fact checking us too much.
He was just like, man, these guys are fucking idiots, bro.
Yeah, but yeah, that shit was funny. I guess first time for everything. I guess
Yeah, I mean, now we can put that on the resume. Canceled.
That was cool. But yeah, we're back. We'll be a little bit more careful with what we say now. But we're gonna do a religion part 2 today. And this time we actually did some research. We actually have some good questions. You know what I mean? And
We took the time for this episode.
yeah, so I mean we had 2 weeks to, to study up and shit. But yeah, but thank you all for being scared with us. I know Big Dog got a lot of messages saying where the hell are we?
Yeah, low key, bro. So thank you guys for who actually
caring.
put us in their week to listen to our shit.
Yeah.
It's because of you guys that we keep going. So shout out to you players and shit.
Yes, sir. Shout out to the day ones. And if you're not following us on socials, please do so. Anything_evil_podcast. That's where you'll get the latest news and like all that good stuff. We're gonna start putting more stuff on there. I'm gonna, like this week that I was pissed, bro. I just started making a bunch of clips, a lot of sound bites from our past podcasts. So you guys will be seeing a lot more like, postings. I know it's going to be kind of annoying, but we need to get out there. I think our form of entertainment is pretty solid, and I think we can help a lot of people with the conversations that we have, you know what I mean? Even if they're supposed to be serious and they're not, I still think there's some comfort with what the stuff we say in our entertainment and our, chemistry, I guess. But yeah, you'll be seeing a lot more posts, so be on the lookout for that. Follow us on our socials. Again, if you're not following anything_evil_podcast, YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, all that good stuff. Yeah, man.
Let's get down to the nitty gritty though, bro.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Let's start this episode hot.
Yes, sir. All right, so we were kind of all over the place with the last episode with religion, and so this time we wanted to kind of like be a little bit more structured. So we're gonna be questioning some. We're gonna be asking some questions that are pretty, you know, mind provoking. So, feel free to give us your answer on our comment section or whatever. These questions are for all of us to think about, and just something that makes us, as they say, things that make you go, right?
And again, guys, just to make it very, very clear, I know some of these topics can be very sensitive to people. So just know that we're not trying to make fun of anybody's religion. We're not trying to be disrespectful or trying to put anybody down. Like Fabian said, these are questions that we decided to pretty much write up, ask each other, see what we think about it. But it's just to pick the brain. Again, we're not here to judge. We're not here to put anybody's religious beliefs down or whatever you guys believe in. We're genuinely just, again, an open space. This is for us to conversate. This is, again, for us to think about, for you guys to think about. Maybe, listening to this episode can open how many people say your third eye to certain things, So just know that it's coming from a good place. And if we do sound dumb or whatever, like, just know it's coming not from hate or any of that stuff, because I know there's a lot of shit going on right now.
Yep.
And the last thing we want to fucking push is another narrative that, like, all the guys from fucking Anything Evil are haters and shit.
Yeah.
Nah, we're not.
Exactly.
We love everybody. Anything, Anything Evil, we here. So
yeah, exactly.
We just want to make that disclaimer
for the peeps. And we're not experts either. We're just two dudes, living life and shit. So this is all from our experiences, average experience that everybody lives through, and stuff that you should probably question so that you can better your life. And just as another little note, this is all going to be primarily with like this episode is going to be more about Christianity, because that's kind of what it's the most popular religion in the world. You know what I mean? And so we're going to be kind of being on that side of this episode for most of the episode. So bear witness for that. All right, so let's get started. Is religion truth or is it just comfort? What do you think, Big Dog?
See, this is one of those. I think it stands on the individual, because I think for me personally, I've seen it in both ways where, like a lot of people go through a lot of hardships, a lot of, they're at their absolute lowest, and then they find religion, and then they say, oh, well, religion saved me, you know? So for me personally, I've never had a deep connection with religion, so I think, in my perspective, I think it's just more comfort than anything, just because I think it takes more of the individual to change themselves, to go to church, to start praying, to start, like it takes the effort of one person to do what they need to do. Now, if it helps you do better, be better, then I can see the other side of it too, So it's just, I think for me, it's just like a comfort thing, what I'm saying? Like, I think people need that so they don't feel empty, And I think, and not that it's a bad thing, I think that's genuinely a good reason to believe in something if it brings you comfort or, makes the light brighter at the end of the tunnel type of stuff. But what about you?
Yeah, I mean, obviously, I'd agree with you. Comfort. When you go to religion, you're looking for answers. You're looking for a purpose. An identity, right? And like how you said, like a lot of people who have hit rock bottom, I've seen many times, go to church on a random Wednesday, and then all of a sudden this fool's like changed his life completely. Like he did a complete 180, right? He was a bum in the streets, and now he's like a successful, manager of like a fucking car dealership or whatever. And he's doing seminars on, teaching people how to, battle this spiritual crisis and all that. And, and same thing like you, like, I'm kind of like a, what do they call it? Skeptic. I'm just a very skeptical person. I never really believed like the Bible as like complete truth, 100% truth, right? Because there's a lot of funny stories in there, right? But I do know that they teach you really good things, like good morals, and if, I completely understand if like someone is in need for like answers where like, oh, what happens to me if I, you know, if I die, or what's gonna happen to my family and shit like that. And I've seen people be like, oh yeah, read this verse of the Bible and it should help you, and then like it really does help them. And you know, it's just for me it is comfort. But another question for you are, like, these morals that we get taught in religion, are they universal, or do we strictly learn them from religion?
No, I believe they can be universal because I think like if you read anything that touches you in a certain way, you can definitely add it to your lifestyle. You know what I'm saying? So like I don't think it matters if it comes out of a Bible, if it comes out of a fucking Dr. Seuss book or whatever it is.
There you
Like
go. Yeah,
I think
yeah,
at the end of the day, the way you perceive it as the individual, it's gonna help you. I guess expand what you want to learn about life. You know, so I don't think it's necessarily like, oh, your morals should only come out of the Bible.
Mm.
I think it's
Good
just
shit. Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? Like if you have certain morals that might differ from other people, then that's another conversation, right? Because again, I'm not gonna be like, well,
Yeah, man.
I don't steal because I want to go to heaven. You know what I'm saying? Like, but in my thing, I'm like, well, I just don't want to steal because I don't want to be a bad person. You know, it's almost the same result, but just a different way of seeing it. You know, so like, but I think that's the problem where like people dissect things differently. You know, it's like, let me ask you this real quick. Do you think taste buds, when you like say you bite a banana, do you think our taste buds taste the same thing and our brain gives you a different reaction, or do we all taste the same thing again, and do we just taste differently?
That's a good question. I'm gonna be super transparent. If you were to bite a banana, you would be like, creamy, sweet, whatever the fuck. You know what would happen with me? I'd throw up.
but what I'm saying is, are we tasting the same thing?
No.
Well, that's what I'm saying, right?
But it is the same thing, right?
But it's the
we're
same
not.
thing.
Yeah.
So that's why it's like,
well, yeah, that's another thing that I'm gonna bring up later. But it's like you're saying. I agree and disagree with like the teachings, the moral teaching of religion.
yeah.
But there's like, dude, in the Christianity umbrella, dude, there's like 6 or 7 types of religions. I'm just gonna name some of them out, like that are like pretty popular. Obviously, the Christians, there's Catholics, there's Protestants, there's JWs, and there's Mormons, right? And they all teach something different, but it's all from the same thing. You know what I mean?
And see, like, from my understanding, it's all the same book, but different. It's like tweaked differently.
Yeah.
Because I know a Christianity Bible compared to like a JW Bible is almost the same, but I guess it's JWs go off of the New Testament, if I'm not mistaken. If I'm wrong, again, I'm sorry, guys. But I think that's what it is. It's like slightly different passages, because I think different people rewrote the book. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I think it's always that matter of like whose book is better. You know what I'm saying? That's why I always find it funny, because I'm like, well, you guys technically are reading the same book, but it's just written slightly different.
Yeah.
And then obviously there's different beliefs and shit, you know, compared from like a Christian Bible to like a Catholic Bible, just because of the saints and all that stuff, you know?
Yeah. So real quick, they primarily use, like JWs primarily use the New
Testament, right?
Yeah, the new one. And but yeah, that's like, dude, it's the same God, but why is it different? You know? And then you, just like me, like we kind of grew up very similar, very, very similar. I think we had our spiritual crisis at the same time too, like in high school, you know what I mean? And like from the last episode that you were letting us know that you were like, dude, you were like Christian at one point, and then you were Catholic, and then back to Christian, and then we know in high school like you dabbled a little bit with JWism, you know, like, and then I remember you even speaking to those Mormons, you know, that go on a bike and just having a conversation with them, you know what I mean?
Yeah, bro, and it's that's why it's like it's interesting to see
The differences,
how people would like perceive the same book, but like obviously in their own way, which is again like it's in a funny way, because it's just like, well, like going back to like for me, like I told you before, like when I was dabbling in JWism, like when they were like, cool, like we don't support blood transfusions, we don't do this, we don't do that, and then I was like, oh well, I can't be a JW because then I'm not okay with.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
because
Like,
in your heart you felt like
yeah,
that's
because
not
I was
right.
like, well, I understand. And again, so their thing is the bigger picture, right?
Right.
The promised land, the perfect
Yeah.
afterlife. But I
Yeah,
was
yeah.
like, well, why am I gonna be okay with the fact, like, all right, if my son or daughter needs a blood transfusion and you guys are like, nah, let them go. Imagine how the people at the hospital feel, because that's even harder for them because they can't dabble with religion. Because now it's like, well, what's right to the JWs isn't right to the doctor, but since
Yeah.
we have to
Dude.
respect religion, that you have to do.
And I think Mormons do something like that too. And I've seen it all at the hospital, bro, and it's fucking sad, man, because sometimes people come in and they're young, man, and it's like they have some rare kind of sickness, something super easy to cure, you know what I mean? Even I donated blood, and I was like, dude, I'll donate blood, you know what I mean? Like I'll give my blood to this patient. One time when I was talking to one of my, nurse friends, and they're like, nah, man, they have a religious I forgot what it's called, but pretty much their religion does not allow them to take any blood transfusions. It doesn't allow, some of them don't allow them to get their body parts chopped off.
Yeah.
They need to be whole and pure and until they meet the pearly gates, you know what I mean, in heaven or in paradise, as they say. And it's just like, I can't fathom and I can't understand that, you know what I mean? Like, and it's still something that, I still battle with today. And I'm sure a lot of listeners that are listening have the same feelings. It's like, I just can't fathom believing in something that you haven't seen and that you just put your complete faith on. And I know that's the whole definition of like religion. It's faith, right? But like, I'm the type of guy where it's like, I need to see. I guess I haven't had the Holy Spirit. I guess that's what people have told me. It's like, oh, well, you haven't been touched by the Holy Spirit. And it's like, well, I mean, like, how am I supposed to feel good about my life when shit gets taken away? You know what I mean?
And that's like the beautiful disaster of it, bro. Where it's just like, oh well, God, it was God's decision.
Yeah.
To take them.
Yeah.
It was their time to go to heaven,
Yeah.
And for me, it's like, well, why can't I have a say in that?
Yeah.
Right? Like, if it's so easy for him to fucking take them away, why did I fall in love with this person, bro? Like, why did you bring me somebody that was gonna hurt me so much when you took them away?
Yeah.
Like, how is that fair to me?
Yeah. Like, how is that supposed to make? Because when my parents died, everyone was telling me to go to church. It'll make you feel better, and it's like, no, man, that does not make me feel better. In fact, it actually scares me more. And then the more I think of it, it's like, it just pisses me off. Maybe it's like resentment that, like, my parents passed away and shit. But it's like I feel like I think all Latinos have like that radar where it's like we can detect BS, and it's like,
yeah,
a lot of these religious people, they're just nice because they're a part of the church and like they're supposed to be nice, and they're not really nice in the
but that's the thing. Like, I think and I'm not speaking on like everybody that's religious, right? I think I've met certain people who like that I've met at the like a Christian church where you see them there, they're like, oh yeah, fucking this and that, blah blah, like, you're welcome here. And then outside of church, after hours, they're a completely different person.
Yeah.
So to me, it's like, well, you're just playing a person.
A hypocrite.
You know what I'm saying? So like, so who are you? You know what I'm saying? Like, at the end of the day, if it's okay for you to just turn a blind eye to reality, and then just pretend to be somebody else during the hours of 8 to 12, that doesn't make sense to me.
Yeah.
Like, and then how are you gonna judge me? Oh, why didn't you come to church last week?
And then touchy subject right here. How can we all be happy about some of the, investigations that we've seen with like the priests, in our religion that, like unfortunately and disgustingly like molest kids and stuff like that.
Yeah, we're definitely gonna get canceled again.
Don't cancel us, but it's the truth, man. Like, and it's like, bro, like,
But see, and then that's why it always comes down to, oh, but it was just him,
yeah,
you know? And it always goes to the same thing, like the whole Blue Lives Matter, right? Like,
yeah,
oh, well, it's not all cops are bad. Well, sure, that's with everything, right? Like, just because there's a group of people that are bad doesn't mean the entire world is bad, right?
Yeah.
Like, so that's why it's always a sticky situation to talk about.
yeah,
Because I'm like, well, sure, if that person did that, then yeah, he's a terrible person. But you can't sit there and tell me, oh, he gave up his life to Christ now, so now we have to forgive him. What?
exactly. Yeah, that's what
No,
I'm saying.
sir.
That sounds kind of
That-
like,
and that's why to me it's like it's just if religion is full of loopholes, then like again, is it something that we should believe in, or is it something that it should just bring us comfort? You know, like because
yeah, I
again,
think you
if
said it perfectly right there.
if I'm
so.
telling you, hey, bro, you can be the shittiest person, but just believe in God, and then you know go every Sunday and ask for forgiveness, and you'll be fine. Then for you, you're gonna be like, oh fuck yeah, bro. You know what I'm saying? All I gotta do is ask for forgiveness, and I'm chilling. But then obviously there's certain things you can't do, right? Like murder or like other shit, and then that's when they're like, okay, fool, that's crossing the line. But I'm like, well, what's the point of pushing the limits? You know, like
Yeah.
it doesn't make any sense to me. But then again, that's just us, like obviously
Right.
pointing out the bad shit of it, right?
Right,
Like
right,
I'm
right.
sure there's a lot of good in it too, you know.
Yeah, yeah.
But
Well, just kind of piggybacking from what you said, right? Like confessing and all that. And there's things that we can and can't do. There is, you know, like some rules in our religion, right? The Christianity that I think that it's all in the Bible, and it's the 10 Commandments. Do you know the 10 Commandments, big dog?
I used to. I know. Obviously, it's like murder.
Right.
Murder's one.
But then you can get forgiven.
I don't know if you can get forgiven for that one.
Just kidding, just kidding.
I think it's also like respect your neighbors, like, or don't sleep. What is it? Don't. I don't think it says don't sleep with your neighbor's wife, but it's like something in line around that, right?
Adultery.
Adultery.
Yeah.
Believe in one God.
Okay, that's 3.
All the other ones are. I remember. I can't. I think that's all I know.
Very vague. They're very like. So for me, it's like idols, kill, steal, adultery.
Oh yeah.
And then that's all I know. But let's look at our little research here. Let's start from the very top. Number 1, no other gods. Don't put anything above God.
Mm-hmm.
So I guess he's
He's number 1.
he's a jealous God too. Which I heard.
number 1.
Which I heard he's a jealous God.
Very.
Which is like.
Which is funny.
Yeah, it's like my God. Like
Because the whole point of religion is no judgment, but that's all it's based on.
Yeah. I don't want my God to be judgmental. That's not. He's not insecure like that. He knows what I mean. He knows me better than I know myself.
Fuck, bro.
But whatever, right? I mean, that's number 1. No idols, so don't worship images or objects as God. So I guess that would be like I used to idolize Kirk Hammett, and I guess that would be breaking a commandment. You know what I mean? So that's one. Did you ever worship anything or anybody?
Not to
Yeah,
that
you
point
did,
to be
bro.
like, oh, that's my God.
You used to worship Al Capone, bro.
Al Capone. The fuck?
Scarface.
No, I don't think I worshipped him. I think he was a cool character.
He's a cool cat.
Bruno Mars or what?
Yeah, that'd be breaking the 2nd commandment. The 3rd commandment is don't misuse God's name. Oh, so
Taking God's name in vain. Yeah.
So goddamn.
Goddamn, yeah.
Holy shit.
Holy shit, goddamn.
Jesus Christ. So we just broke the 3rd commandment on this podcast right now. Keep the Sabbath holy. Set aside a day for rest and worship. So
Okay, yeah.
is that what,
See, now they're coming
Sunday?
back. Yeah.
That just means go to church, right?
Yeah.
Essentially.
If you're scared, go to church.
Yes,
We're
sir.
going to hit you where it hurt.
Number 5 is honor your parents, respect your mother and your father.
See, that was one of the ones that I always thought was kind of, not silly, because obviously you got to respect your parents, but I just thought it was funny.
Yeah.
I don't know why.
I don't gotta do that no more because
All right, chill.
I don't
fool.
got-
Fucking relax, motherfucker. Goddamn, dark ass fool right here.
Cool. That one doesn't apply. Obviously, the 6th one is pretty obvious. Do not kill. Don't murder. Obviously. Number 7 is do not commit adultery. Be faithful in relationships. So, pretty straightforward. Number 8, do not steal. Don't take what isn't yours. So, I've done a lot of that
Big old thief, bro.
when I was a little kid. Good times. I used to, just a little memory just to let it out there. My dad used to take me to it used to be a Circle K. It's now a 7-Eleven on
Yeah.
Main Street and St. Gertrude. It's a 7-Eleven now, but it used to be like a Circle K. And I used to thought I was the sneakiest son of a gun, bro. So like in the cash register when you're paying, there's a fucking candy section right there. And I used to always grab a fucking candy or two and just put it in my pocket, bro, and just fucking walk out. And I think we might have mentioned this before, but yeah, I used to steal that shit. And my dad used to take me all the time, I think every fucking day, because he used to get drinks for work and shit. But I think he would pay for them.
I mean,
he
yeah, I'm
low-key
sure.
saved me.
Yeah.
My salvation.
Damn, fool, I had a dark ass joke, bro. I had a fucking dark ass
Say
joke.
it, fool. Say it with your
Nah.
chest. Yeah, so don't steal, folks. Don't steal. Number 9, do not lie. I mean, I think we break that.
Oh, yeah, these are. Yeah, okay.
Yeah. I think we break that every day.
Every day.
Yeah, so, don't lie. Number 10, do not covet. Don't obsess over what others have. Oh, so that's kind of like...
Agreed. Yeah, yeah.
No, that's more like... it's not greed. It's envy.
Envy. There you go. Yeah, envy.
Yeah, so don't envy.
I'm a fucking... People know me for I'm a certified hater, dog. Certified hater. People know.
Yeah, I mean, everybody's got a little bit of everything, right? And what our religion, what Catholics want, is that every time you break one of these, you're supposed to tell the priest on confession day, and then you'll be forgiven. What they'll tell you is like, okay, mijo, thank you for, confessing your sins. Do 5 Padre Nuestros and 1 Ave Maria, and you're good. You're saved. Everything gets erased. And that's kind of how it works, which is kind of funny because it's like you kind of want to be punished. It's like,
I don't know what kind of freaky shit you're into, bro. I ain't trying to get punished, dog.
I mean, not like punished, but it's like, oh, it's really that easy. I could just fucking sin all I want.
But that's what I'm saying, wait. It's
like
fucking
hypocritical.
loopholes, dog.
Yeah, it's like, I can do anything I want, but if I just come...
Like, bro,
to
low
confess
key, I
myself.
lied to my best friend about fucking his wife. Because I'm jealous of his girl. You know what I'm saying? Like, this
Yeah.
was just out here just,
Yeah.
all right, fool, don't even trip. You're good.
Just
Just go home and pray.
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck?
Yeah, that's it. So it's kind of like that's kind of what we got to deal with and what you people got to deal with. But let us know, if that's the type of shit that you were taught. And let us know if you have any confessions, We'll be your priests for today.
Definitely not, bro.
Shout out, like, a little DM or something. Say something crazy that you've done, and we'll tell the priest for you. But, back to the subject, you know what I mean? So we're talking about, like, just kind of like the judgmental, the hypocrisy and stuff like that, and the morals that you get taught. But how have your beliefs changed as the older you got?
I think for me, bro, it was always challenging because I think for me growing up, like obviously my mom is she comes from a very heavy Christian-based family.
Yeah.
And then my dad comes from a very heavy-based Catholic family.
Yeah.
So, like, going into, like, sometimes I would go to, like, Christian church Saturday, and then Sunday I'm at Catholic church. So it's like,
The fuck?
yeah, so it was always weird to me because I'm like, okay, well, why are these people split up?
Yeah, that's a
Because
good
that
question.
was my first thing. I was like, well, why is there so many different days to go to church? I thought it was only Sundays you were supposed to go to church, but
That's a good question.
seven Adventists, I guess, go Saturdays or some shit. I don't know.
That's a good question.
But I think for me, it was always like, like us when we were kids, if something bad happened to us or like the slightest inconvenience, you're always like, let's just say like, like what guys and girls go through, like a pregnancy scares, like,
Yeah.
God, please, if you fucking,
Yeah,
if she's not pregnant,
That's when we all go to church.
I'm fucking, I'll start going to church type shit, and like,
After you commit the 7th
yeah, so like,
commandment, right?
so
So true.
it was always, and I guess that's my fault too, right? Of like, I guess you kind of take advantage of a situation because I guess his religion was always pushed on me. It always like, just I never wanted it. I don't care if it made sense to certain people or like, oh, but you know, this is a good thing to have in your life. But I'm like, why? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, if all this bad shit is happening to you and you're still willing to like set time, why? You know? And they always, oh, it's because it gives me something to believe in. And then I never really understood that too until like obviously a few years later. You're like, cool, people need something to believe in, right? But I think like for me, like religion was very tested. Obviously, like when my mom had cancer, because I'm like, my mom goes to church every week, bro. If she could, she'd go every fucking day, right? She donates, you know, she does all that shit. She's like one of the head and the fucking,
Yeah.
I don't know what the fuck she does.
Uh-huh.
But I'm like, bro, I was like, how are you gonna fucking make this woman suffer after giving you everything, right?
Uh-huh.
Not that she's lived the perfect life, not that she had an easy life growing up, she didn't. But I just never understood why the good people always have to be, I guess, challenged, right?
Yeah.
The whole like, oh well, let me see how faithful you really are type shit.
Yeah, and I mean that's
And then in my head, I'm like, well, what the fuck? Like, punish me, fool. I'm the one fucking out here running my
Nah,
mouth
fuck,
and
yeah.
shit. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
And then
Oh,
it was
yeah.
always funny because I'm like, well, fool gave me hemophilia for fucking, you know, so I guess he got me. But so that's just, it's
For
always been
life.
my thing, bro. Like it's, and I guess now it's at the point where I respect it to the point where like my mom always tries to get like whenever we have like deep talk show, he's like, oh, like you got to start giving your faith to like Jesus and this and that. And I'm like, look, mom, like for me, I can't say, you know, what really is out there. I don't know. I believe in something, you know,
Yeah.
like obviously sometimes shit doesn't make sense. Even science really can't back it up sometimes. I'm like, well, how the fuck does this happen, right?
Yeah.
So I'm just there, bro, at the cusp. I guess people some call it agnostic. Like I can't really say I'm an atheist, you know, like
Yeah.
I'm just kind of there, you
Yeah.
know, like at the end of the day, I just want to be a good person, bro.
Yeah.
I'm not perfect. I have my mistakes, but I'm not going to go to church and be like, hey, bro, I did this. Forgive me real quick. Yeah. So
Yeah.
my conscience can be clean.
Yeah.
No, like if obviously shit's going to happen, shit's going to happen.
Yeah.
So I think for me now, I'm like at the place where I'm at peace with knowing, cool, I don't have a religion that I back up. I'm not really out here saying that I claim this, I claim that. Just out here talking like a gangster and shit. But that's kind of where I'm at, bro.
Yeah.
You know, it's just kind of there. You know, like whenever my aunts come from my mom's side, they're all, you know, oh, you can't fucking do this on Friday because it's Good Friday or whatever the fuck, and
Yeah.
you can't play music after this time because, you know, we have to bring in the Sabbath and shit.
Yeah.
And I'm like, bro, I'm just fucking listening to Metallica, homie. Like, you know,
Some crazy shit, right?
that's some crazy
Yeah.
shit. But what about you?
Well, obviously, same thing, similar to you. You know, I'm still in that spiritual crisis, like I keep bringing up. Obviously, my beliefs. I used to go to church every Sunday with like my parents and stuff, but you know, now I don't. Right?
So your family was Catholic, right?
Yeah, we're Catholic, and we would go a lot when we were kids. Again, I don't know if it's like from like the I mentioned on the first episode. You know, when like you're getting your like the communion and your baptism, your parents are really involved in the church. You know what I mean?
Well, that's why it was funny for me because when I was doing that, obviously my mom didn't like that I was getting baptized
Really?
through Catholicism, right?
Right.
She wanted me to get baptized in the Christian church. But I was like, I don't want to get in that dirty ass water, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
I'm good. You know what I'm
Gotta
saying?
get the little cruz.
Yeah. So that's why I was always like,
Get that. Yeah.
but I remember my dad would always trick me, bro.
What do you
Because,
mean?
like, after a while, when we would only go, like, maybe, like, twice a month, this fool would be like, oh, we're going to go to your uncle's house. Like, one of my friend uncles.
the
Or he'd be
old-
like, oh, vamos a ir al parque. Or one
Yeah.
time he's like, hey,
the old, we're going for ice cream.
we're going to Disneyland. I was like, oh, shit. Ended up at St. Anne's, bro. That fool got me. You know what I'm saying?
Say,
So
wait, hey, that's a good dad right there.
that's why that fool, I always got mad at that fool, dog.
Trying to save your spirit, man.
Low key.
But something that I actually still hold on to, that I was taught. I know it's like kind of stupid, and it's something that you brought up on like the last episode. When you do something good, it pays for like it's like a down payment for your house in heaven and shit. So like when you see like a bum on the street, you know, asking for food or something, or if you do happen to go to church and you donate like a fucking $5 or $20 or $1, you know, that money or that good deed, a good deed pays for a small little fortune in your house in heaven. and that's something that's always stuck with me. And like every time I do something good, it makes me feel. I mean, I don't do it for that.
Yes, I was gonna say, bro. What's the meaning behind it? Because if you're doing it just because they're like, hey, if you got a down payment on your heaven house, or
Hey,
you
you racked up $1 million.
here you go, fool.
Get a penthouse up
Get
here
a penthouse in heaven.
in heaven. No,
But I imagine there's always a but. Fool.
yeah, always. But no, I mean, it makes me feel good. But always, that's something that I teach my niece and like all my nieces and nephews. It's like, oh, hey, like, yeah, if you from your heart, if you give something from your heart, it's a really good thing, and it makes God happy. That he leaves a little spot for you in heaven and shit. And it's kind of cool. I mean, that's the only thing I kind of really held on to. You know what I mean?
Well, yeah, and I think like I feel like if I was approached with religion differently, I think I would have seen it differently. I feel like I would still probably not like specify like, oh, I'm this or I'm that, just because I do have that type of mindset of like, well, I like to question shit, bro.
Yeah.
And if everyone's giving me the same bullshit generic answer, something's not right. You know what I'm saying? Because then that's when it's like, oh, well, y'all motherfuckers are kind of culty here, bro. You know what I'm saying? Because how is it that all you fools have the same answer to everything? So that's why,
Don't
like,
even get me started,
but I
bro.
think that's the reason why, because it was always pushed on us, bro. Like, it was forced on us. So that's why I think naturally we're just going to, like, digress from it and, like, I don't really fuck with that, bro. So, oh, you mean just because I'm Christian, I can't listen to Iron Maiden, bro? Pfft, come on, bro.
Yeah.
You know, like,
Free
crazy
will,
work.
Free will, right? God will forgive me. That's what I always say. You know what I mean? But I think something you said too, that we didn't really have a choice on like this kind of shit. Like we were born into it. You know what I mean? And you know what's funny too? How would it be like if we were born in a different country or in a different, like, well, yeah, just different country. Like, obviously, like, let's say, I don't want to fucking say.
Careful.
Let's say you were born in, let's say you were born in Iran.
Well, I mean, I think it's just because there's other countries that are like heavy religion like based, bro. So like, I'm sure like obviously in the Middle East and places
Right.
like that, like they idolize like their leaders heavy, dog.
Yeah.
Like,
Or what about like India, right?
well, that's Buddhism, right? If I'm or am I being an ignorant fuck right now? Is that Buddhism in India? Hinduism
is probably like the most popular one. There is Buddhism. I mean, let's say,
I think I'm just confusing them. Then.
let's say you were born in China, right? China's fuck. We need a fucking fact checker right here.
Well, you just fucking picking out places you know nothing of, fool.
All right, let's say you were born in a place where they practice Buddhism,
Yeah,
right? You're born into it, right?
but I think
So does that make you more right than me?
Oh no, obviously not. I don't think so. I don't think. But but you got to understand, it's like if I'm born in another spot that religion is like heavy based on a lifestyle, I'm sure that I'm gonna feel like I'm better than you, low key, because I'm like, well, I believe in something that's gonna take care of me. What do you believe in, right?
I believe in heaven, brother.
But that's what I'm saying. It's like
Paradise.
if I'm not mistaken, I think like the Jews don't believe in hell.
Okay. Whoa,
You know what I'm
whoa,
saying?
easy
No,
there,
yeah,
brother.
I'm not bashing. I'm just saying because I think that's what I heard, that they don't believe in hell. So these fools are just living freely, dog. You know what I'm saying? Like they're doing the thing. They're like cool, whatever, and nothing bad's gonna happen to me at the end. So I'm like, well, fuck, bro. Like if
Right.
it's that simple, like what the fuck? Like why doesn't But there's obviously other religions where like there's certain shit you can't do or
Right.
say because you will be excommunicated
Right.
off of this planet.
Right.
So I
Hold on, I'm getting a call, bro. Yes, sir. Bro, we're getting canceled again for what you just said. Just kidding. No, I mean, let's talk about that, right? So, like I mentioned earlier, me and you kind of had like the same spiritual crisis again. Like around the same time, and we're both studying JW-ism, if you could say that. We're studying the teachings of Jehovah's Witnesses.
Yeah.
And to me, at first, I liked the teachings, right? Because they would be like, it was kind of like, oh, hey, dude, like, we just read the Bible, but we don't believe in, like, all these other false idols and any of these, like, crazy little stories. We're just straight, Bible, cut the shit. There's no, like, crazy things going on. It's just straight from the Bible. This is all we teach. And let me teach you what it says and what it means, blah, blah. And I always like that, like, you get educated on the stories and you read the Bible primarily, right? But I remember a couple times, kind of like you, like how you mentioned earlier, like I'd be like listening to like Iron Maiden or something, and then they would call me over to like the fucking back, and they'd be like, "Hello, sir. Hi. I'm hermano this."
Oh yeah.
Like, so we were told that you are listening to blah 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 and blah 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 blah. Unfortunately, that's not blah 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 to our beliefs, and blah blah blah. Like, I know you're not baptized yet, and I know you're working on getting baptized. I just don't want to deter your route to getting there. But if you were baptized, that would not be a good thing that you listen to that music. And I'd be like, what? Right? And then other time, I'm a big pro wrestling fan too, right? And yeah, we all know it's fucking fake and scripted and whatever. But somebody ratted me out that I watch wrestling when I was studying with JWs. Again, I got that same conversation. They're like, hey, yeah, we don't like stuff that, that promotes violence. You know what I mean? So you need to cut that shit out, essentially is what they said. And I was like, what the fuck? So that's kind of like what kind of deterred me a lot from that religion. And then I saw people who did shit that I did, and they got excommunicated in public, bro.
It's crazy, bro.
Like, they're like, hey, they did their fucking their little prayer or their little song, their little canto, and then right after be like, okay, announcement, hermana blah 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 blah. She committed this.
That shit's wild.
She committed this, so nobody talked to her.
She's out.
But she was like right in front of me, and it's like nobody talked to her, and so she fucking kisses enough ass and works her way back up and gets invited back to the family. And it'd be so fucking weird, bro. Like, the mom wouldn't talk to her. Fucking nobody could like shake her hand or even look her way, dude. And so I don't want to like talk shit on Jehovah's Witnesses, but I always just thought that there was something strange with that, in like my opinion.
Bro, our religions are just really good salesmen, bro. Okay. That's all it is.
Yeah.
If you think about it, just pick out 4 religions. Pick out the 4 big pizza spots, right?
Yeah.
Everybody's selling the same shit. Oh,
That's
but my pizza's better than yours.
That's a good.
Because I'm using different ingredients. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. That's a
now,
good
if we
fucking
blind taste it, most likely you're not going to get all 4 right? So what makes you say, okay, well, I'm eating this slice of pizza, it tastes like Pizza Hut. Oh, but it's actually Domino's. So now, okay, oh, well, so should I just buy fucking Domino's now?
Uh-huh.
And that's just what it is. Everybody's just trying to fucking idolize what they're giving you, right? So at the end of the day, it's like, well, yeah, our pizza, not only is it better, but it's cheaper than fucking Pizza Hut.
Yeah.
But then here comes Little Caesars. Well, my pizza's hot and ready, homie, for half of that price. So now you're like, oh, fuck, I can always count on Little Caesars, bro. But then you start getting a little money. Now here comes Scientology. Yeah. Hey, what's up, bro? We've been noticing you. Our fucking pizza's heavy, bro.
Got gold flakes.
We
on
add
that shit.
fucking
stuffed crust,
fool. We drizzle our shit with gold. And you're like, oh, fuck.
Yeah, you know what?
And then you get really in and you're like, oh, shit, I fucked up, you know?
That's a really good point, man.
And that's just what it is, bro. And again, not taking shots, but at the end of the day, everybody's going to promote what they believe in to be better than their neighbors. You know what I'm saying? That's why when I started realizing what Jehovah's Witnesses preached and believed in, I'm like, oh, well, you guys are just Christians, but you want to be better than Christians.
Exactly.
And that's how it is with Christians and Catholics. Like, well, you guys are like kind of stuck up because how are you not going to believe in the Virgin Mary? You know what I'm saying? She's in the Bible, right? Oh, but and that's where it just gets, and that's for me where it gets complicated, bro. Like, why can't we all just be good people, dog?
Yeah.
If you want to go to church and do your thing, cool, bro.
Tribalism, right?
Don't fucking shove it down my throat, dog. You know what I'm saying? Like, let me have a free will to choose what I want to believe in.
But back to and I don't want to talk smack or anything like that. This is just my opinion. You know, if you are part of this group, you know, this is what I saw. This is what I felt.
And we know a lot of them, bro.
We know a lot of them. I always thought, you know, Jehovah's Witnesses were a little bit culty with the stuff they did like that.
Yeah, you're definitely getting canceled, bro.
Oh shit, getting another call right now. Fuck. But you know, like that was like the first time I ever felt like this was a cult, man. Like I don't know. And I feel about that with all religions too, though. Like as I mentioned in the last episode, if you were born today and you were to walk by a church and you would see people chanting, saying the same thing to a funny guy in the middle of the fucking, you know, room with a fucking funny hat and a weird dress, you would be like, what the fuck is going on? Right? It's kind of like religion itself is kind of culty in a sense. It really is a cult.
But I think it becomes a cult once it's like,
nah, but I mean, like, bro, there's a leader, priest, or your main hermano. There's control, right? Like, oh, hey, you got to read this part of the Bible. Everybody read it out loud. And then, like, isolation. It's like, hey, only people who are baptized can come here. Only people who are part of our groups can come to our church and blah, blah, blah. And then there's punishment, right? Like, oh, if you fuck up, you get punished. You get banished from your fucking family. Or, hey, you need to fucking say 5 Padre Nuestros and fucking 2 Ave Marias and whatever. And it's just like, it's kind of culty, bro. It's kind of culty. Religion is kind of culty. What do you say, big dog? Do you agree or disagree?
Well, it's symbolism, bro. It's also it also you can tie out symbolism with it. Like some people like to hang the cross. Some people don't believe in hanging the cross. Some people se persinan. Some don't. You know. So it's just like it's always just picking and choosing, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
That's why I feel like a lot of people. I think for a while people made like, what's the religion I said earlier? Or Buddhism?
Huh.
Like there was a point where a lot of people like wanted to do that because it's like, oh well, you just got to be a good person theoretically, and you should be good, and all that stuff. But then obviously there's deeper roots to that, and all kinds of crazy shit. But I mean, yeah, bro. Like at the end of the day, like if it's uniform to a certain extent, yes, I will say that's like, all right, bro. Well, if a motherfucker's telling you, hey, don't do this. First of all, why are we listening to you?
Yeah.
Right? Why do you say, well,
Yeah.
I spoke to him?
When does it become Bible? Why does it become Bible versus church authority?
Yeah, and
You know
that's
what I
why to me it's like, oh, well, he's, like the Padre, so he speaks to God. Okay. Well, what the fuck?
I can speak to God.
You know what I'm
too,
saying?
right?
Like, well, why does that make him better than all of us?
Yeah.
Just because he's committed his entire life to it? You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm paying money to fucking take care of this church.
Yeah.
How come I don't get the same visitation rights with fucking God like he does? He doesn't pay.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure he doesn't pay. I don't think he does. I don't even know if he gets paid. I don't even know if they make money.
Fuck, we're getting another call right now.
I low key, but you know what I'm saying? So to me, that's why for me it's always been like when I find out that we can start our own fucking religion right now and we can just tell the government, hey, we're not paying taxes because it's in the fucking
The bylaws and all that.
yeah, but so I'm not gonna pay taxes. And I
Yeah.
was like, that's fucking insane,
Yeah.
bro.
Yeah, you can fucking literally rent a fucking space, not pay shit, get the fucking state to pay for it, just because.
And
it's
that's
part of
crazy
religion.
to me, bro. And obviously it's like it's protected.
And then charge your members.
And not even that, bro. It's not even charge your members. They fucking say, hey, whatever you make, you have to give us 15% of
Yeah.
that. I'm like, what, bro?
Percentage. Yeah.
Do you not see the fucking market right now, G? And you're
Yeah.
asking me to give you fucking $500?
Yeah.
Nah, dog, I'm good, homie.
Yeah.
And that's why, again, that's one of the other things where I'm like, well, that's kind of selfish. I was like, and every time we got to church, the fucking AC never works. So I'm like, where the fuck is all this money going to?
Yeah.
I don't know, bro. It's just, like, it's hard, dog. It's really
Yeah.
hard to have these conversations because, like, sometimes we do come off as, like, idiots, but, like, I think genuinely, like, we're trying to come from a good
Yeah.
place.
Yeah. I know
And
we're all
it's
over
like,
the place and shit.
We're always, like, being like, oh, you guys sound dumb because you guys don't go to church. You don't study the Bible. You don't
Yeah.
do this and do that. I'm like, bro, that's cool. I'm like, I'm also not a fucking physicist either because I didn't go to school for that shit, right?
Yeah.
But it's just like, what fucking difference does it make?
Yeah.
You're no better than me. I'm no better than you.
I think we're just asking the questions that everybody wants to ask, the question that everybody wants the answers for. You know what I mean? We're asking these questions like, dude, why have all these religions that believe in the same God, why have they all split? Why is there Christians? Why is there Catholics? Why is there JWs? Why is there Mormons? Why is there Protestants? Why do I gotta listen to the?
But if you and if you really break it down, it all comes down to one person thinking, you know what? I don't like what so and so is saying. I'm gonna start my own religion based off of the same book, but I'm gonna tweak it so people can follow me now. And that's how branches of religion start happening, you know?
Realistically. Yeah.
Realistically, yeah,
Yeah.
you know, and like again, and I don't know, bro. That's just a weird thing to think about, you know?
But when does a organized religion become a cult, bro? Because some of these cults, like I'm gonna name a couple: Heaven's Gate, People's Temple, Nexium. Some of these start off as a self-help group. Some of them started off as a religious group. But when does it become a cult? And I know we're kind of going in a tangent, you know, but it's all the same thing, right? You know, at the end of the day. But when does it stop becoming a religion? You know?
Well, I think once like the leader, obviously you obviously need a strong leader, right? So I think once you get your following and you know your following is kind of, and again, I don't want to take a shot and say like you're going to get the strongest weak-minded people, bro, right? To be like, hey, whatever you believed in before, leave that, come follow me now.
Mm.
And then I think it's once like you start hearing like, oh, well, this fool made me give up my daughter so he can marry his son, and then you know it gets passed down, and like now everybody's getting married within the same facilitation, and then now you know next it's like, okay, well, our leader's about to die, so now we got to pick a new one. Who are we gonna pick? And then everybody's like voting. Well, this person's stronger here, he's weak here, he's strong here, but then it's just like now, I think it's once you start like excommunicating yourself from the outside world. I think it's when it starts to become a little culty, because then it's like I remember
you got your own farm.
Yeah, because I remember I can't remember the group. There was a group based out in Texas. It was the same thing. The leader died. They ended up picking his youngest to take over, and this fool was disgusting, bro. Like the shit this motherfucker did was just gross. But obviously, in his religion, he can have multiple wives, bro, all ages, right? And eventually, you know, the fucking cops called him in, the DEA, everybody, FBI, fucking cracked this fool down. And the fact that after everything came out, this fool still had leaders, bro. This fool still had people,
members and shit.
Members come in, visit him in jail, because when they got the warrant to break into the church, like his main church, bro, oh my God, it's just fucking disgusting, dog. But again, even after the people learned what was happening, they were like, oh, it's okay. He's our leader. He's our God.
Yeah.
He's going to give us the promised land. That's when you're like, okay, motherfucker, but do you not understand what he was doing? Oh, but that's just a part of it. They're like, all right, well, you're clearly disconnected from everything else, right? So, like, I think at that point, it's like, well, are you here because you feel like you're being saved, or because you're genuinely being controlled and you have fear that if you don't do what they're being told, there's going to be like...
Again, it all boils down to fear, comfort, and identity. You know what I mean? And a lot of these people, you know, a lot like how we were saying in the very beginning, you know, when you hit rock bottom, you want to feel good about your life. You want to have some sort of, you want to be part of a group. You want to be, you know, you want to be a part of something that makes people happy. And then I guess sometimes you fake it till you make it, you know, essentially. And then you're so stuck in it.
And again, don't get me wrong, bro. Like when I hear stories about fools that like turn their life over because let's just say they did find Jesus, I'm like, cool, dog. Like, I'm happy for you, but don't start fucking trying to force that onto other people, right? Because it's just like, sure, you can spread the word, be like, hey, bro, this is what happened to me, you know, through the fucking graces of God, I became sober, I started working, Cool, bro. Like, I'm so happy to hear that from you.
Yeah.
But then once you start forcing, they're like, well, you should do the same thing, follow what I did. Well, now you're kind of being, you know, like, let me handle my challenges. And if I need help, I'll ask for help, bro. Yeah, don't force me to go down that path either. Because that's when I start having issues with it. You know, like, again, you know better than me just because now you got your life together.
Yeah.
And then after, if they go back down to the same route or blah, 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 it's like, well, what happened to your God, homie? You know, like, so it's just, you know, it's a tight conversation, bro. Definitely. It's one of those where I think you definitely got to be open-minded to have these type of conversations, because if you're not, then it's just.
Yeah, I just see a lot of power, and I think religion is a lot of power and control. And again, the listeners, like, everything we say is like, it's just our opinions, you know, but that's just how I feel. It's just like everything is power and control. But if it makes you feel good to be a part of something, a group, then that's cool. You know, like the big dog said, like, you know, like, hey man, you know, you turn your life around. You look like $1 million now. You know, you look great. But like, don't be forcing that on people, and that's a lot of shit that kind of I don't like either. Like getting forced. Like, let me find my way. You know, like, let me question these questions that I have.
Yeah,
you know
like
what I mean?
if my answers lead me to this, cool, bro. Like, I'm happy to be a part of something. But if I'm getting the same answers, like,
because to be honest, sometimes me and my wife, we go to church, but honestly, bro, for the love of God, no pun intended, I just can't. It does not like make me feel any better. All I can think about is just like, dude, when is this shit gonna be over?
well, yeah.
When are we gonna do the La Paz? Because that's when I know it's gonna.
That's when you know it's
gonna
over.
end.
Yeah.
Like, it doesn't resonate with me, and I kind of want it to resonate with me, like everybody.
No,
else.
and I get that, bro. Like, obviously, it's like kind of the same shit. Like, or like my lady, like, her brother-in-law is very like religious, and like sometimes like they've tried to talk to us about it, but like in the same way, like I told them, I was like, well, if we want to, bro, like we'll go. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't kind of make us feel bad because we decided not to show up. You know, like, it's just one of those things where, and again, like, if each side is being respected, then I have no issue with that. You know, do your thing. Do I know that you're a piece of shit? Yes. I have family that are like that, bro. I have family members that are over here gang banging, fucking doing this, doing that, but then they wear the fucking chain of Jesus. I'm like, bro, come on. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't understand you fools, but again, bro, it's just if that's how people want to live, fine. I don't give a fuck. It doesn't affect me. But then don't fucking start preaching later that, oh, fucking, but I believe in God. Where are all these bad things happening to me? Like, no, motherfucker, that's just karma, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, shit's happening to you because you're doing shady shit, you know?
Yes, sir. And as we wind down, another
don't cancel us,
yeah, don't cancel us yet. I know we were all over the place, but I'm sure we kind of, you know, brought some things up that you guys may have questions on. If you want to talk about it more, please let us know. Give us a comment. Give us a DM.
Yeah, and if you guys want to debate stuff with us, again, like, and not necessarily, like, because we don't want to make enemies from you guys either, bro. Like, again, if there's certain things that we said that maybe rubbed you guys the wrong way, like, let us know, you know? Like, and if we had some false information or something that we probably didn't say correctly, like, correct us, you know? Like, feel free to reach out, be like, hey, I didn't like what you guys said about this. This is how it's supposed to be. Cool.
Yeah.
Like, again, their DMs are open. We respect everybody's opinion. Like, we're not here to force you guys to pick sides or any of that shit. Nah, bro. Like, we're just here talking about what we think about stuff, you know? Like, so, yeah, please don't take offense, you know? It's like we're friends, you know? We're homies.
Yeah. And like the big dog said, open invitation to anybody who wants to come on. It's, you know, just let us know when you want to come on.
Damn, we should start having debates on here too, bro.
I'm down, bro. I'm fucking down. I mean, we're all curious, bro. We want to like get the most out of life, you know? So I'd be fucking super willing to do that. Obviously, me and you are kind of the same thing, so we can't really fight with each other, you know what I mean? Like, because we've born and raised the same way, you know? You know what I mean? But like, it'd be cool if we have a debate. Let us know if you guys want to hear some of that. But funny thing, when you go to church, just kind of putting a bow on it in a good way, in a lighter side. When you go to church, do you prefer going to an English church or a Spanish church?
Oh fuck! I never really like because the Christian church was in English and then the Catholic church was in Spanish. So I think obviously it was just easier for me growing up going to the English church just because technically that's
You
my
speak
first language.
English?
Yeah, so it's just easier for me. Because when like the fucking padres up there talking, que, oh yeah, el espíritu, and, I'm like, damn, bro, it's fucking hot. This was talking slow as shit, and I'm just like, I mean, because there's some like. I've been to church when there's been like some good ass preachers, bro, and you're just like, oh damn,
Dude,
this fool's got swag, you know,
there was
like
this guy. You know what sucks? There was this guy at St. Anne's who I went to church on a random day when I was just like, I'm just gonna go to church, and this guy, he was kind of like he sounded just like Homero in Spanish, Homer
yeah.
in The Simpsons, and I was like, dude, I fucking love this guy, dude. He is making sense to me right now. That's the only time I went to church and everything kind of made sense. And I was like, dude, that guy fucking rocks. And I went, and apparently he was only subbing for like that week, and I never fucking got his name. But I would follow, if I could, I would follow that guy. That guy seemed very genuine, seemed very happy to be part of the religion and, you know, being a priest and all that. And I think the world needs more of that because, yeah, like nowadays we get like like how you said, like, y el nombre del Padre, y el Hijo.
Yeah, like I've been
like
to
already
like
falling
Christian
asleep
churches
and
too
shit.
that have like live bands and shit, bro. Like
Yeah.
that shit's cool though. Obviously, because for me, I've always been like a lover of music, dog. So whenever I see the band fucking hitting the chops, just fucking slapping bass and shit. All right, does everybody feel the power of Jesus in them? And you're like, oh shit, you know, like hell yeah, bro. But again, it's just you know.
Nah, I just sit there and judge them, bro. I've been to those churches too, like the Christian.
I mean, some churches have bad. Like when
I go
people
like,
try to sing, way
"This fool,"
when
like,
people try to
hey,
sing, fool, I'm just like,
tune that guitar, bro. What the hell?
I'm like, I know you guys are trying to do a good thing, but I was like, y'all need different singers,
Yeah.
bro. Like, fuck.
Yeah,
El hermano Hector no sabe cantar. Ah.
but let us know if anybody shares the same thoughts. You know, as we wind down, and you know what, I want to keep talking about that cult shit, bro. Like that shit sounds.
I think we
pretty
could
cool,
definitely dedicate an episode for cults and shit.
Yeah,
Let us
man.
know if you guys are interested in hearing
Watch
about
out on that
cults.
shit, bro. There's some scary stuff that goes on in this world.
Yeah,
that
I'll
involves
find out the
cults.
name of that one cult, bro. Because I saw the whole documentary. They had it on Netflix. Homie just looked like a disgusting fuck, bro.
It
But
sounds scary as hell, dude.
yeah,
Honestly. But yeah, man, as we wind down, I mean, we're back. Sorry for getting canceled on the other one. Shit. We're probably gonna get canceled again. We got
we
five,
probably will get canceled
got
again, bro.
5 missed calls over here. You know what I mean? But we'll see how it goes.
But here, let's end it on a good note. Like
yeah.
from the experiences or exposure that you've had to religion, like what's something good that you've gotten out of it?
What's something good? I don't know, man. Give me 1 second. I know it's fucking weird, but the first time I ever tasted wine was at church. Yeah. Like I'm telling you, bro, I haven't really felt.
Jesus,
I haven't
Christ,
felt that.
bro.
I haven't felt that Holy Spirit, bro.
Bro, it was supposed to be like an intimate ending, and you're over here, yeah. For the first time, I got blasted. I was like, fucking blood of Christ, fool.
Jesus Christ came into my life.
That my master, fool, low key.
then I saw the light. Nah, man. I'm gonna be real, bro. First time I ever tasted wine, it was good. Tasted Jesus' blood, right? That's what they call it.
That's what's up, bro.
What about you? Nah. What do you think about Israel?
And we'll see you guys next week, brother. Have a good one later.